Welcome, great and lovely people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. Today we shall discuss about the broadcast of Onowu. We shall get excerpts, very important key points from what she has said, and we are going to look into it and discuss it. But it is very pertinent and important that you listen carefully to all that she has to say. She is an insider, she is a veteran, she is sort of, to say, an elder statesperson. So whatever you get from her, take it to the bank. Now let us begin to listen to Onowu.
Yeah, another thing, people will be wondering, I don't know why now. I say, why not now? I don't know why now. I will say, why not now? Because we all have a spirit that guides us. I don't know who coming out here to address you people. Nobody pushed me to do it or told me to do it. I was in a 30-day fast for Biafra because that I took myself out of the struggle, which I have done in times before. Does that mean I left Biafra? I was still working from the background, watching. And the Kenya, I don't know before Kenya so when things started happening, when I took myself out, I was still in the wings watching to know what's going on. So at the appropriate time, after the fast that ended 1st of March, on the last day of February, I was in a dream. I saw Onowu. He was looking good with his son. I've seen him twice since they took him away. Before then, I spoke with him November 16, to be precise, 2024. Because under my leadership, California is the only group that has thought about our families of our men on ground. We collected money, and then I told Onowu he was so glad, 4,350 to be precise, so that they will have their Christmas palliative. Yes,
he did it.
So now I've been watching from the wings, coming to let me get to this first. We were in a meeting November 27th. I think that was November 27th. We had a meeting, and then the COS told us that there was a message that came. Because before now, I have been pushing, Onowu, is there a way we can have a deputy? And he was into that what happened. He's very careful, because whoever does not respect history will have history happen to them. I understand that. So he would always say that he's very careful. With Mazin Namdekano, that's what happened to him with his deputy. So he likes to keep it streamlined so that things will not get out of hand. Because yes. I will tell him, the place of any freedom fighter is either in the grave, in prison, or exile. So if anything happens to you, how do we go about it? He said everything is going on well. Okay? So now, when he sent us that message, my heart was gladdened, because I knew when he said, wait, that vacuum, how do we close it up? So the COS told us in that group that there was a message sent by the attorney of the PM. 4 people were in that platform.
Yes.
Mazi Emamadabo, Mazi Uche Obi, Mazi Oge Nkere, and Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. So now she read out this state to us that Onowu said she should be the surrogate. So I was happy, at least we solved that situation. Yes. So now we got that message to be the surrogate, and then the very next day we were in another meeting, and Professor Choma came in. There was an uproar. As the adult in the home, I called the house to order, and then I told Dr. Orabueze, read out that thing you read.
Listen
I
carefully.
believe that it came from Onowu. Why would I question it when there was no opposition to it?
Yes.
So read it, and then we agreed, okay, go ahead, and then you guys go do what you need to do about the referendum numbers and so on. And then I didn't go to Finland. I told Onowu in 2023 that that would be my last visit to Finland because it's too cold for me. Yes. So let me just turn off my phone so I don't get disturbed.
Yeah, don't get distracted with your calls, and also don't focus on the comments. Just concentrate.
I'm not looking at the comment section. Yeah. No, I'm not looking at. No, somebody was calling me. Probably they are having a hard time, so I've powered down my phone.
No,
so now yeah, I now lost my train of thought a bit. So what was I talking about? I was talking about okay. I told them, okay, you go ahead, you guys go continue with that. So they continued with that, and then we all left. And then we later, well, because it's over 10 hours difference from California to Finland, at times when I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, that's when I join them, maybe about after 3 hour time or 4. So I didn't fully see all what that transpired there. But I was in communication with Dr. Orabueze even prior to them going. So now we sorted that out, and then there was the issue about dissolving the cabinet. I know I discussed with the COS. I said probably after you guys have come back, you dissolve it, but not while there. But what I realized that the cabinet has been dissolved, and I called her. I said, what's going on? Mm-hmm. She said, I've already dissolved it. I said, but people are still needing it. They're still basking in the joy of the declaration, So she said it's already done. So we stopped at that. And then I later learned she was still back in Finland. We were not communicating much anymore.
Listen carefully.
Well, I spoke maybe a couple times to a sister Leone over there who told me that she traveled that morning. That's how I knew when she left Finland, and that she herself will be leaving the next day. So this now continues. So after we came back, we had a meeting where Dr. Orabueze brought in one of the 4 guys who was released, and then he was talking to us. Then we were talking for almost an hour and some change, and then she said we should all move over to fundraising. So I told them, I don't go to fundraising every week. And she said, no, they said, I don't know, we have to come in no matter, even if it's only 3 people from California, come in and let us know about that. So we went in there. And then I was told, then she spoke, and then we came to the issue about, before now, there was an issue about success, trying to reach him, and he wasn't responding. To tell you the truth, I was one of the ones that voted for him to be suspended. Yes. So he was suspended. But later, you could do an action, and then later you find out that what you did not sink in well. Yeah. You will have a rethink. Yeah. In the spur of that moment, I was angry. I said, why would he? They are calling him. He's not responding. He's not telling us what's going on. Why wouldn't he? So I was part of the people that said to suspend him. So I think I need to stop here for a minute and let you guys know that I'm speaking under the guidance of the Holy Spirit.
Now, why was Success suspended? Have you heard from, I don't know, she said that Success was not giving them information, and they will call and he will not take his call. At that moment, they decided to suspend him. That was his crime, not giving information. But then, these men already have, their disbelief or bias towards Ngozi Orabueze and her activities. And then they were like, let us know this person before we could be able to give out any information. And remember that PM always says that information about men on ground should remain with them alone for their security. You are going to hear it directly from Onowu. Let us continue to listen. People's eyes will be open. If your eyes is not opened after today's broadcast, then something is wrong somewhere. Let's continue.
That I prayed about this, I fasted about this. It's the Holy Spirit that brought me out. Nobody can take credit for bringing me today. Early on Tuesday morning, I didn't know I would be doing this. It was after I got a video that reset my brain. That was when the spirit started dealing with me. So no man or woman can take credit for I don't know who coming out. Nobody influenced me. Anybody who would want to take credit for that would be blaspheming. That's taking the work of the Holy Spirit to be their deed. So as we speak now, I say, may the words of my mouth and the medications of my heart be always acceptable in God's sight. Yeah. So I should have said that at the beginning. So now I'm on solid ground. I'm saying what I'm saying. So we now went over to the fundraising, and since Dr. Orabueze was trying to get the admin to give us the connection for the IPOB site so that we combine both of them, but it wasn't possible. So we just kept to the mandate, and I am the secretary of mandate. This mandate is a non-profit organization opened up in the state of Georgia in United States of America. The purpose of this non-profit organization is to attend to people in war-torn zones and women and children, and Biafra qualified. So now we are running this mandate, and with this mandate, the PM will come every 2 weeks and give us updates about what's going on and tell us what's needed. So then we would do our fundraising and give him the money he wants. That's where we stop with that. So that was the mandate.
Now, people of God, do you now know what that mandate means? Did you now know what that mandate means? That they always come to deceive you, protect the mandate. Do you now know what the mandate is? A group of persons who are there to support the PM. A group of persons who have an account known as a mandate account, and what they do is, once the PM has any challenges and he needs financial help, he will send a message to them, and they will raise the certain amount that the PM needs and forward it over to him. That is what they do. They are there to help the PM. It is just a separate account, not even the men on ground account, not even the liberation account. It is just a separate account that some group of persons who come together to say, we are going to give support to the PM anytime he requests for support. That account belongs to them, such that they make their donations there, and whenever the PM needs financial aid, he goes to them and say, please, I need so and so. They will now give that money, that amount that the PM needs, to him. That is what the mandate stands for. Continue to listen to Onowu.
Account. I swore my life on that I know that it is authentic. For people that mistook it, that I don't know who knows about the mandate in the north or the FCD bank, no. So I want to make this clarification for people to know that what I so-called, I could vouch on it. Odogu was aware of this mandate account, and he would always come in. Before now, it was the mandate, the IPOB website, and California. These were the three carried the struggle. It was later that other states started coming up. So that was the mandate account. I approved and told Biafrans, you can pay in money there. I hope this is clear, because I don't know who on no grounds, on no occasion supported. And even those two, as the secretary, I should be aware when it's opened, because I'm the secretary. I should be a signatory, but no, I didn't know about it. The other one, why I wasn't a signatory to it, was that I came in after the bank was established. I became the secretary after the bank was established. So now, that was the one I told them, you guys, I talked about, which people were calling, saying that that they were mixing it up. I see it as mix up. I'm not going to blame anybody, and I don't have any anger or any grudges towards anybody. Okay, so let's get that straight. So now we had a meeting, another cabinet meeting, where the administrators from the homeland came in, and then we were there, and the COS addressed us. Then the issue of the commanders and men on ground and all whatnot, it came up.
Yeah.
I raised my hand, and then I saw a lot of people raise their hands. I say, okay, just leave it. Let me be the last to speak so that I will conclude everything. So now, when it was my turn, I asked, I spoke, I said, I started telling, using the skeleton I have in my cupboard. I have 2 children. My son was a former Marine. You know, Marines are so arrogant. They don't believe they are retired. Army generals can retire, but the Marines are former Marines because they believe they are the best things in sliced bread. So my son did 2 tours of Iraq, and he, with all what they killed there, he was a combat engineer. He had the PTSD. So coming from that premise, and also being a mother, I know what the men on the ground are going through.
Yes.
So I spoke. I said, let me tell you, Madam COS, these men on ground are going through PTSD.
Yes.
And we don't believe in it because we are still way back there. Nobody is giving them medication to help them see about all the bleeding and killing and all whatnot. In the Bible, when the children of Israel go to war, when they come back, they don't mix them with other people. They let them stay outside, they debrief before they mix them up. But here, nothing of the sort is being done. So I said, allow these people, because she was saying that she said something about changing the generals, them reporting to her and so on. So I said, let us, Madam COS, why don't you focus on administration?
Exactly.
And let the men focus on the men on ground and defense. Because you see the military people, I raised one. I know how they think.
This was what I was saying from the beginning.
They call us bloody civilians. So I said, why don't you allow? And we were arguing back and forth. She said no. And that she's going to change the generals. I said, no, do not change that. Let's leave that until Onowu comes out. He is one. He'll be coming out. We're not acting like he's never going to come out. You know, let's leave it for him to handle it. But we kept arguing back and forth. And then all these are happening in December. I can't tell you the exact dates at this time. So all these were happening in December. So now
after the Finland Convention,
she did not oblige, and I have had times privately. I will try to advise her that no, she doesn't want to heed to any advice. She says what she wants to do, that she will be overseeing everybody. I said, why don't you give them the instruction, the Onyami and Nkwocha, the defense minister, and tell them what they will tell the men. And when they meet with them, they'll bring you backward. He said, no, it must go through her.
Exactly.
She doesn't want to listen.
Back and forth. Eventually, I gave up.
Yes.
Then
imagine.
Another one was when she had a virtual visit. I was already getting all tired with all I'm hearing and men being killed and so on. It distresses me. I can't handle it because I saw what happened in 1966. So when all these killings come, it triggers something in me. It reminds me, and then I'll start having panic attacks and so on. Some of you don't understand what we saw during the war, how heads were cut off, women coming from Plateau in the train, and then they're carrying their husbands with the heads cut off close to them, and then the Gala people and so on, they push down the train, and then they massacre the women again. My dad came back he came. It was by God's grace that he came back with only the shirt on his back. So all this, I know all what's going on, and I've been in this struggle for so long. I say na onye nwanyị buzo no adina ke wenkon kwite. And he said, okay, you don't know what am Maria. So I tried my best. I talked to Dr. Orabueze. It wasn't working. I advised
she will not listen.
She wouldn't happen to it. No. So then, when I had my medical episode, which I almost died here, because I'm living all by myself. My daughter lives in San Diego. My son lives in Boston. So I said, you know what? You have to be alive to fight another day. That was coupled with the dreams I had, seeing all these young men, all these that are happening now. The Lord had already revealed it to me. I saw massacring young men from 25 to 30 being killed and all whatnot.
This was what was happening.
So I woke up
and
then I called her. I spoke with her for over an hour.
Yeah.
she wouldn't
because she failed to give money to the right people.
Too much. All those things I'm hearing, I should just leave it. It will phase out. It will phase out. It will phase out. We are still, the months are going, the weeks are going. It's not phasing out. She wasn't listening. So then that night, I wrote that I want to be taken off all administrative and ministerial work due to my health, and that I will still be working for Biafra. But for now, I don't want to. And I've done it in the past, even with Onowu. When he put me in CRC, I told him it was stressing me out. It's not a big issue. There's no contract signed by anyone that you must continue to be where you are. If you're not okay, you can take a break. Like Onowu will always say, if the pressure cooker is too hot for you, step aside. When it cools to the temperature you can handle, then you come back. So I couldn't continue anymore. So now I left. I was still in the wings watching what's going on. Occasionally I will come out to the YouTube, I will see it, or people will send me a thing, and then I got the message of Butuzo. Let me tell you guys, Ikonso didn't have to die if he had stayed abroad, but because of the love the young man has for Biafra, he left and came home and told the Bazi he's going to work with us. He was the commander. This Butuzo was his 2IC.
2IC.
I will tell you the caliber of Butuzo. He's not a criminal. He's not what anybody thinks. I know what I am speaking because I was in all these things. I have been embedded in this struggle thing.
Listen carefully.
So I know. So when Ikonso died, Onyendu did not even grieve his parents as much as he grieved, to show you the love and the commitment Ikonso had. Onyendu said it will take 2,000 heads to bury that young man. And Butuzo now started in his shoes. It took so much. I mean, you know, it took so much to convince Butuzo to even work with Autopilot. Madam Azoka played a key role. It took so much to get him. And then he started working. And then they started building the camps and everything. Working, everything. Initially, they were killing our people. Now, after they have set up everything, now everything is working. We have to be moving up. We don't have to. We go one step forward, we go 11 steps backwards. No, that's not how the world works. The world is not static that you come and you stay here. The world is dynamic. You move with time. So now, Butuzo and his group, they have established this and doing a fantastic job. We were sending this money, funneling this money through Success, because Success, when Onowu would be speaking, Success will come, they'll be speaking their language. And you see the camaraderie, you see the rapport. All this were what I mentioned when I spoke to Dr. Orabueze about not taking off not changing anything.
Not changing anything.
The PM has. Let her leave it at that.
Exactly what I said in the beginning.
That, you remember I told you I voted against him for him not to be, but when I later went back on hindsight, I knew what it means. Yes, you can't come and start getting new contacts to start doing those things. These men will be exposed, and then the enemy will now know them. It's good to just, like Onowu will always say, consistency is the key.
Exactly.
So now,
exactly.
What's his name? Success was the one Onowu preferred to be working through. So I hammered on this. After I spoke to Madam Sears, leave it alone. I even spoke with Onyami. I told you,
she does not listen.
You know how it goes. Why don't you speak to the CS? By then I had already taken myself off. I wasn't communicating with them anymore. December was last. I was with Dr. Orabueze and the group. I took myself off everything. So now I went through Onyami. I said, Onyami, you are the deputy. Talk to her so that you guys can go. You know everything about rules of engagement. You know all these things. So convince her so that she will just allow the men to do this and not get involved in it. Onyami told me he will get back to me. Till date, I haven't heard from him. Then come to the issue of a Caterpillar and what's his name? Caterpillar and what's the name of the other guy?
Sapele,
Caterpillar and Sapele. When we were with the PM, Dr. Orabueze, you are the COS. You know everything Caterpillar did. He killed our men. He killed the ASM.
Exactly.
Nobody don't want him anymore.
She denied that she doesn't know him.
He absconded. That's the money to buy ammunition.
He stole our money.
Sapele killed our people. Put them in container. Did the havoc he did with them. And then, now I heard that you want to make Caterpillar your commander. So I spoke to Dr. Former. I told him, you know, because I know Dr. Former is in the cabinet of Dr. Orabueze. So I said, I was going through him. I said, that tells you I was not there, but I was still there. Because as a mother, it breaks my heart. Our children being killed, we are under existential threat and we are not realizing it. Is it because we are in America? We are safe? We have 4 walls protecting us. We can go to party and leave and come back 1 a.m. Nobody stops us. We forget that these children back there are dying. They have not enjoyed anything. So I told Dr. Former, you are a highly contributing member. Talk to Dr. Orabueze. Do not use Caterpillar. He is a monster. He is a killer of our people. Dr. Former confirmed with me that he is a killer of our people. And I was expecting him to get back to me after he would have spoken. Till date, I never heard from Dr. Former again. So I wrote to him that my heart is broken. Still hearing what happened in Enugu, where these children were trying to defend our land. They were told reinforcement was coming. And they were fighting with the limited ammunition they have. If they knew support will not come, a good military person will start retreating. But these kids were fooled into that Caterpillar was bringing something to them, and he never showed up. And we lost all these guys. I cried. I wrote Dr. Former, my heart is broken for these children that are being killed.
Very annoying situation.
Why would we have to allow this to keep going on? Yes. So I wasn't too happy about
some people will come on the media to talk nonsense.
And then I'm seeing things that are going on. When they said the 40 states, they did something they did in that bush. Could you believe that nonsense? We're intelligent people. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unveiled the ASN, we were laughing from cheek to cheek. We were so proud being an Igbo, being a Biafran. And then when I saw what was going on like child's play, and to hear that those administrators took 80 million for that, this money we could be putting to buy things for men.
That really sham, they took 80 million.
I'm saying, what is going on? So I was still in the wings watching. And then Butuza, they played a voice where he was saying that Dr. Orabueze is not giving her any penny. I said it can't be true, because when I spoke with Dr. Orabueze, she told me that although they're sending money to the men on ground, they talk with them, whatever their needs are, within 48 hours they've sent it. I believed her. So when I heard that from Butuza, I'm now trying to know what is going on. Am I in a daze? What's going on? She lied. That she's in it. This other person spoke with confidence that they are not getting it. Still, I sat back watching. Not until last Tuesday, somebody sent me 3 videos.
Videos of
sent
2IC.
Videos that General Gento Yahoo, the 2IC of Triple General Butuza. I watched it. I could not handle it. My spirit was so troubled.
Mano.
Yes.
I want you to take some water and rekindle your energy.
Yeah, very important.
Because you have a good time with Biafrans, and later on some questions may be coming in. So take a deep breath. I know it's disheartening, but you have to spew it out the way it is. The spirit is leading. Have you had some water?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing Biafrans don't know, it's not I don't know who's speaking. It's something within me that is the appointed time to speak. When it's not the appointed time, that was the first question I asked you guys. Why now? Why not now? You don't go before it is time.
Yes.
Because when you do that, you will not succeed. God allowed me. At times, God could be talking to us. We are not getting it, and then he would set up scenarios that will enable you see what he's trying to do. It's like having wisdom. The Bible tells us when you have wisdom, ask God to give you understanding. Let me give you guys an example. A medical doctor who spent 8 to 10 years to have his license knows that smoking is not healthy for him.
Yes.
It kills. It makes you have cancer and so on. And he's educating his patients. But that doctor is a chain smoker. So that doctor has wisdom, but not understanding. So mine, at a time I had wisdom, I lacked the understanding. So the events of that video brought my understanding and reset my brain and brought me back through the Holy Spirit. So now, when I watch that video, General Yahoo was saying that they're not getting a fading, a naira or whatever from Dr. Orabueze. I said, no, this can't be. And then the Spirit reminded me, the Bible says, in the mouth of 2 or more witnesses,
the truth is established.
So
this
now,
was what we were saying from the beginning.
Butuza has said it, I was still doubting it. Now, General Gentle came with it. So now, my question is, we are contributing all this money before
where
they took Onowu, and all this money that Biafrans are contributing. My question is to Dr. Orabueze, who are you giving that money?
Yeah,
exactly.
Because Butuza and Gentle said they're not getting it. When Onowu was there, they were getting it. So who are you giving that money? Is that, did you have a false phone number to connect to them, or what is going on? That's the question that was triggered after I watched that. And then I could not get myself together.
She went ahead to deny them and call them irrelevant.
What you're leading me? Are you leading me to go talk to my people? What is this? So I did a midnight, I prayed, and one thing about me, my spirit does not lie to me. If you guys remember, when we used to do fundraising, I came one day and told you guys, stop putting your tithes in your churches. Put them in the Biafra restoration. That I wrestled with my spirit, and I had peace that I can now put my tithes in Biafra, because those churches you give that money, use it to do humanitarian works for other nations. So there's nothing wrong in you giving it. So from then on, I stopped putting my money in the church. I only give them offering, but all my money was coming in the restoration. So same spirit spoke to me after I did my my midnight, and I felt strongly. I did not. It's just for those of you who are really born again and spirit filled.
I've seen you made mention of resigning from Ngozi's group of USB Charger and USB Nigeria. Now you are here to follow the ordinances of the Prime Minister and BRGIE. Advise dear friends, because I want to see you with your amiable team and group of California turning up to make the Prime Minister proud and the entire Biafran proud in the upcoming fundraising and town hall meeting. Speak to Biafrans again. Let them know where to go and make their donations, which is the right place. Thank you so much.
My lovely Biafrans, I have said it. I even hinted on it while I was speaking. I guess I call him the wise one. He may have been talking and didn't hear me say it. But after asking that question, standing on the principles of the Bible, you know we are all transients in this world. We are passing by. Our body is not designed for this world. So God gave us the Bible. That's our GPS. If you have any issues, you haven't found your solution in the Bible, then you look again. That moment of understanding, as I told you guys, came after I watched those 3 videos that the money we are all contributing. Let's give her the benefit of doubt. She gave it to the wrong guys. But so I'm telling our people, just like I told you guys, sitting here gonna mandate, put the money in the mandate because I can vouch for it. I'm telling you guys now to put your money in the Biafran government, and I didn't even talk to them, but the Spirit is leading me to say this. I will be part of the finance team to make sure that the money is being properly utilized, whether they want it or not.
Yeah.
I will want to be part of that team. So on that basis, Californians can vouch for me. And now, under my leadership, the monies they collected, if I ever stole any money. People in Southern California, associations will always want Onowu to be the treasurer. Because they will tell you, if I don't know who is there, that money will not be lost. I'm sure some Southern Californians are listening to this. I'm not telling lies. They have respect for my integrity. I don't have much, but my treasure's in heaven. I don't look at the one, now Bronkem. So, dear friends, I'm urging you guys, based on the fact that Butuzo, Triple General Butuzo, and his deputy, General Gentle, said it's only Mazi, the money comes from Biafran government under Mazi Nkere. I would like you guys to put your money there so that we will meet the needs of these children. We need to buy sticks and granuts. We need to feed them. Those of them that are wounded, they need to go to the hospital. The ones that their homes are bought, or even the ones who relocate. We were doing all these things. I know about it. And it's coming from that money. So I'm advising you guys, go over to the Biafran government. Saturday is fundraising. I will meet you guys over there. I will be there. Because I don't monkey around. When I say something, I say it with conviction. I will be there. And I can guarantee you guys that whatever money that is put there will be properly accounted for. And I'm saying this with my full chest. I'm telling you this. Go and put your money there. But I am not Dr. Orabueze, moment of understanding. I don't know who's in moment of understanding. All this saga, stop it. I'm telling you guys today, from the bottom of my heart, all of you that insulted me, I have forgiven all of you. All you need to go to your God and ask for forgiveness. Because the Bible says, have respect for elderly women. Yes. So I'm imploring you guys. Go over to the Biafran government. Some of you were calling me, we are confused. We don't know where to put our money. I told you, I don't really know. Go in your prayer closet. Ask God to give you understanding. But now, mine has come. My brain has been reset with what I saw. Go backing it up with the word of God that says, in the mouth of 2 or more witnesses, the truth is established. So I have today establish the truth, and I'm passing it on to you guys. Go, let's get going. Time waits for no one. Any time lost, you can never regain it. Let's go and do what we know how to do and show the Nigerian government that they cannot divide us. Bikonu, that's my plea. Thank you.
Biafran people, Onowu has apologized to everyone now. She said the same mouth that she used to tell you people go to mandate, and that if anything happens about only that she recommends you go to mandate, hold her responsible. Now she's telling you with that same mouth, looking at every misconduct that has happened, where they have even not informed her of opening a Fulani account. And then they added, because I don't know, you know that the Fulani account that was opened and then added to the website, you know that that's also incriminated you. If you happen to be a secretary to that website, that will incriminate you because you are not aware. And then the difference in the homeland, who now sit down and see that they are directed to the website and the Fulani Islamic Jihadist account is stipulated there. Anyone that go and make donation and then the zoo government trail them and kill them, the difference will say, I don't know who is cold people. And I don't know who I said, does not even know. As a secretary that she says she is. She doesn't know. So when she spoke confidently and told their friends, if anything happens with your money in mandate, hold me accountable, that was when she knew that nothing like Fulani Islamic Jihadist bank account was attached. And she made a point here very clear that this mandate was an independent website and account standing on its own. It is not the liberation account or website where Biafran make donation there. It is an independent body that only stands. When the Biafran government have a need, we will reach out to them, we seek for help. With their body and executive that they have, they will bring what they have from their contributions and support the Biafran government. Ever a time that Prime Minister say, we have to go and turn it or bring it to them, come and become the Biafran government website or account. That is why when Prime Minister came, Onowu had already built the IPUBUSA.org website. Then Prime Minister came and then decided to build the Biafra website to make it now two. That means you are progressing, you are not retrogressing. So we now have two. Invention has come to the emergence of the Prime Minister. So Biafran people, I want all of you to have it available in your heart to forgive Mama Onowu. She has apologized. Because for the same man that Mama Onowu told all of you, anything that happens with the money mandate, hold me accountable now. She has come to tell you something has happened. Something has happened. So don't go to that place again. Because she was deceived. She has explained here, she was deceived. And I also want to clarify something. Mama Onowu did explain something about this woman who presented a message of surrogate from the attorney of PM. Your friends understand something. This message of surrogate that she paraded, one, the message was altered. Yes, when the attorney of Prime Minister came here, which was the person that brought that message at the initial stage, he came here to address the account. He saw that message the way she has pushed it there to the media. She said, this message has been altered. There are some part of this message that are not included here. So whoever brought this message had intentions. If you had no intentions of infringing some things, you should have brought out the entire message. So you brought out the part of the message that you will use to usurp power to destroy the government of Biafra. And the implications of that message was not for you to come and scrap the government, infiltrate the Biafra Defense Council, change anything. Tell us that the Biafra Defense Forces that was unveiled in Helsinki, Finland, that they are now fraud and criminals and kidnappers. That wasn't the message from the attorney. It didn't imply such ethics. To take this other question. The Biafran government approved the Biafra Convention payment and donations to go specifically to new mandate. Every payment that we did, right from 2023 Helsinki Convention, every payment of the convention was directed to new mandate. Because the Biafran government, I'm not using Prime Minister's name now. I don't want us to be using Prime Minister did this, Prime Minister did this, because he is in detention. Yeah, so we need to find a way of exonerating his name in every clarification that we are doing. So Biafran government approved that every payment that has to do with the convention goes to a specific and different account so that we don't mix it up with the liberation donation. Okay. Helsinki Convention, we channeled every payment to new mandate. Now, in Lati Convention, every payment we channeled to new mandate. Every logistics that people paid for, channeled to new mandate. Even our ID card payment, for those that got their ID card printed and issued in the convention, channeled to new mandate. Some of the palliative that we did, everything. That is why Prime Minister even posted out the new mandate and said, this is the account for the palliative. Everybody go there, put the money there. That is where we use it to do that side. Now, before the convention, we were informed that we need to clear up the bills. Meeting was set up. Ngozi put a memo and said nobody should attend that meeting of the financial situation of Finland Convention for us to offset the bills. If you attend that convention, you are out of our government. And those loyalists of her, they all did not attend the convention. This meeting took place for like 4 or 5 times. And we had this meeting with the Minister of Finance and European Rep Uche and with many other ministers. Now, the money that was all donated for this convention that was situated in the new mandate account with the ID card money and every other thing, everything went to new mandate. Ngozi refused to release this money for us to offset the bills in the convention, for us to even pay up the ID card payments that were pending. The finance minister, in these over 4 meetings that we had prior to the convention, we persuaded him and pacified him to look for a way of offsetting all these bills. Whether he has to borrow the money from external bodies or borrow the government money from his own pocket. He did. As I speak to you now, those money that he borrowed to the government has not been reformed because all those money are situated and domiciled in new mandate, which Ngozi is in charge of. Now, sequel to all this mismanagement of funds that she has used 50 million, 80 million for Caterpillar and propaganda matching. What can you say, or where do you think the Biafra Convention money that people paid for and the ID card money that are in new mandate, where is the money and why has she not given account to the Biafran people? The new government that she the new group that she has formed, have they asked her all these questions? Because people paid all this money for the convention and up to now, none of them have asked her this question because it is Biafra money. Where and what do you think she has done with this convention money, the ID card money, and all this money that Biafrans paid, which she refused to release the money to give us to pay off the bills of the convention. What can you say?
Earlier on when I spoke, I mentioned that all the money that was paid into mandate while Onowu was with us and the money gotten after, I asked her, where is the money? Because she is not giving it to Butuzo and Gentle. And in the past, we don't even work with Butuzo. Butuzo does not know. It's Success that is the one that's giving the money, that is isolated. And the men on ground don't want to deal with anybody because they are afraid of their identity being exposed. So they are better off with this Success who they work with. So that was why I asked her, because all the money were going into the mandate account. I later heard something about humanitarian. We never did that humanitarian when I was there. We have this mandate, which it needs Biafra. It needs Biafra agenda. So we have to, in order to do the IRS thing, because Uncle Sam in America will deal with you. As a non-profit, you have to file your taxes. So we will have to decide, maybe give the Boys and Girls Club 300, give these people, so that when we file our taxes, this will show. And we had the goal for the mandate, New Dimension Mandate Inc., that was established in the state of Georgia and before I joined. And then I later became the secretary. When you go to their website, you will see my picture there. Yes, my picture is there. So all this money, let's not do the kind of thing and then Mayanya did. Because if we look at it, it's the same MO. Who did this to us? Who did this to us? Nanyanya sees Biafra money then. You were working for the Nigerian embassy. You were working for Biafra. I don't know how you confused Onyendu, because Onyendu has so much respect for women. We would argue, we would talk. He said, leave Nanyanya alone. Nanyanya sees the money. Madam Oyibo did the same thing. Because she came in, got the brothers, they donated some money. Onyendu looked and said, well, this person will not want to steal money. Okay, let's keep you covered. Be dealing with the money. She took her money, she absconded. Madam Bridget did the same thing. Come on. Eunice Omonyi did the same thing under the Lausanne. She said it's over her dead body that she will release that money. I don't want this history to continue because for the sake of Biafrans now, say, release money. Kai wego sticks and granite. Can you mwaka ago na ago? Can you mwaka their parents have died? Now America, when you lose your parent in the place of war, you're giving certain amount to help you upkeep. But there, in that zoo, they don't care. All those people, they die. They die for nothing. Let's be exemplary. Because we need that money. Release that money so that these are men on ground that have been battle tested. They are battle tested. I know what they did for us. They did not allow these people. They land over there, they get rid of them. Botuls and Gentle. He had that central command. Why decentralize them? Why bring in people who are not battle tested? Why? It will only amount in bloodshed. Biko, I'm not getting anything from all this I'm doing. I'm very comfortable. I'm comfortable. It's just that I miss my home. My dad will always say, there's an age somebody will get to. They don't sleep in another man's house. That means being in exile. I've been in exile now for 38 years. My dad came back home at 60-something. I'm now 72. I'm still in exile. I want to go back home. I don't want to be buried in this land. So whatever it will take, I don't care about who insults me. I will speak truth to power. Yes. For the sake of our future generation. Because if we lose it this time, that means Biafrans will be out of existence. They want that deposit of gas in Biafra land. You see the pipes they're building up north, sending it everywhere. They want to kill all of us. Then why will we submit to that? Biko nem anamayoy. Release the money. Release the money. Even when the Minister of Housing, some people bought properties in Ebube. All those money went into mandate. 40,000, 20,000, this and all that. Because I know we were using some of that money. Don't get me wrong. We were always, Onowu will come and tell us every 2 weeks he comes, oh, we need a 25 million, 30 million. We'll divide it and know what it is. And then we will do a fundraising. We will give him money. Yes. And then in the past when we were Onowu, before there were the two, we left the mandate and the Biafra government, we would be paying back the money in piecemeal. We are borrowing from him. So what will I get lying? I've told you guys, there's nothing. I have to speak the truth so that my conscience will be clear. Now, Boponfa, melonte, mane, getting one melono, melonte.
Thank you, ma'am. 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 So, Mama Onowu is calling on Ngozi to come and give account of Biafra money. She should release all the money for our liberation because it's not our money. Biafrans have been deceived by our antics, and then they donate money into the wrong place, and she's using it for her own personal gain, using it for Ebubagu, recruitment, and also using it for propaganda matching and any other thing that she likes. So, Ngozi, come and make account and release Biafra money. The Biafra Liberation Forces in the homeland have aired out that nothing, fatting from you is not coming to them. The best you can do is to do propaganda on the media and say you send this to them and send this to them. They have come out to clear the air. Over 50 million naira is not moi. This is money that Biafrans contributed. What kind of mindset do you even have, self? You wanted to destroy Prime Minister and the Biafran people. That is why you now decide to go and use the money to fund Ebubagu. Ebubagu, so that you will end up making sure what the Biafran people built and unveiled when Prime Minister was here will now be shrinked